So, what's the deal with trust? I'm not talking about trusting yourself. I trust myself. I'm not talking about trusting your friends. I trust my friends, right? I know they'd put their lives on the line for me, or at least I like to think so, enough to function as if that's the case. I'm talking about trust in a romantic context, right? I'm talking about opening your heart to someone and say, here I am. Do you love me? I'm talking about the kind of trust that we say is putting it all out there, right? The trust that asks for nothing less than everything. Wow. See, that means risking it all, right? That means risking absolute rejection. That means submitting to potentially the involuntary killing of the ego, which is different than submitting to the voluntary killing of the ego. See, this is not you saying, I'm taking ayahuasca and I'm risking it all, including all the frameworks of reality that governed my life up until this point. No. That's a voluntary submission. When we fall in love, we submit to the involuntary possibility of betrayal, of somebody saying, hey, you trusted me and I'm going to trample all over that, which means your sense of certainty, your sense of faith. The part of you that felt safe in that relationship, that knowing that you trust on, that knowing that keeps you grounded, right? The place where you plant your feet is called into question, right? Romantic betrayal, right, calls your assumptions about somebody you thought you knew into question. Your trust being betrayed in love calls all certainty into question. If all your assumptions about this beloved are called into questions, then all your assumptions about the world are called into question, and all of a sudden, my friend, you are thrust into chaos, into the underworld, right? Into the water of disorganization and disorder underneath the frozen lake on which we all walk. This is the snake that sneaks into our garden. I know for myself, towing this line between chaos and order has meant a predisposition towards negative emotion, an impulse to control everything I can control, to steward the contents of my experience, to exercise agency at every moment. It is the reason why surrender is often the most difficult thing and why I only do it when I feel like I am safe. I practice instead a form of disciplined surrender, a kind of flow, right, that is in between discipline and chaos. I'm in flow. I'm in calculated surrender. I'm in safe resignation. How does that affect my romantic life? Well, it makes me absolutely terrified every time I fall in love. It makes me experience a kind of neediness that is disorienting and destabilizing, because I realize in that moment, wow, I could go there. I could lose my shit for someone. The possibility of romantic rejection when one has opened their heart is wow. Is to be denied so completely in that moment that it is akin to a kind of death. A death of innocence, a broken heart. And perhaps upon picking up the pieces, the commitment never to let that happen to me again. That we all go bankrupt by the age of 30. At the end of the film, Call Me By Your Name, the central father figure tells his son, who has just been ravished by love and loss, to make ourselves feel nothing so as not to feel anything. What a waste. So if it hurts, breathe through it. Do not go quietly into that good night. Rage against the lying, the dying of the light. And trust again. And trust again.